In this demo, we'll look at how Bring Your Own Key in AWS gives you a zero trust approach to key management while promoting sustainability, security, and privacy to your most critical data and critical information. At the center of my taskbar, I have two different Chrome windows. In the first window, I am logged in as root under my BYOK account, and under Amazon S3 service, if I select buckets, we can see that I have 5 cloud storage buckets, and I'm using a bucket per user. If I select Carol's bucket, we can see that she has 5 objects, with each object representing a collection of records for a specific year. Now, if I select the object that contains a record for 2023, we can see some of the properties information about the objects, but if we scroll down a bit, we can see the security and access to this object is being protected by this key. And if I click the key, AWS will open a new tab and redirect us where we can see all the properties information about the key. But if we look at the cryptographic configuration information, under Origin, we can see the key material was generated externally and imported into AWS Key Management Service. Now I'm going to copy the key ID and then switch over to the second window where I'm logged into my CipherTrust Manager. If I select Cloud Key Manager, we can get a bird's eye view of all of our cryptographic keys across multiple accounts, multiple regions, and even between cloud and SaaS providers. However, the key we're looking for is in AWS, and if I search for the key ID I copied earlier, I can see this is the key that's being used to protect all of Carol's records for 2023. And under source key, we can see this is the source key name that our CipherTrust Manager generated and imported into AWS. If I copy and apply a filter to look for the keys tied to the source key name, we can see there are 5 different versions of this key, a key per year. While I did not spend over 5 years trying to record this video, if you look inside the properties information of one of these keys and scroll down, we can see that an automatic key rotation schedule has been set to rotate the keys once every year. So now, if a single key gets compromised, we can manually rotate just that one key by generating a new local key, giving it a new name, verify the same alias name as applied, disable future encryption operations for this key, and apply an alias name showing when this key was rotated. And as soon as I click save, any new objects uploaded to Carol's bucket will be automatically protected with this new key material. But what about the existing object that was previously protected by the key that was compromised? Because we took a zero trust approach to key management, instead of having to rotate all the data for the last 5 years, we now just need to rotate the data that was affected, minimizing the impact an incident has on our business. But there's more, because the second biggest benefit to Bring Your Own Key is on how it helps promote data sustainability, security, and privacy by enabling a practice known as crypto shredding. Since we generated our keys externally and imported them into AWS KMS, instead of now only being able to disable the key, we can now delete the key material on demand from AWS, giving us a much faster way than the logical process put in place by the cloud providers to overwrite or destroy our ones and zeros. What this also means is that by integrating this practice into our processes as a break glass feature, we now have another way to control the security of our data by stopping all cryptographic operations on demand. And for GDPR, we can protect the privacy of our users as long as we're not sharing and limiting keys per user, so that if Carol decides one day to stop using our service and will like all of our data erased, we can comply with her request by only deleting the key material associated with Carol. But what if she has a change of heart and decides to come back? Because we have a backup copy of the key, we can re-import the key, reactivating her account. Thank you for watching.